A gay couple in Bermuda wins the right to marry. And in sport, Shannon Gabriel says it was a team effort that secured the West Indies win over Pakistan in the second test. I'm Nicole Best, and this is the Caribbean in 10 for Friday, May 5. I'll be back with the details after the break.
Grow your business or promote your event through the services offered by the Caribbean Media Corporation and CaribVision. Our distribution provides a platform on cable, terrestrial television, and websites. We cover carnivals and events from across the region. We can bring your event live and alive to the world. For music makers, program producers, businesses, we can expand your reach to in excess of 2 million households daily. Our other services include news updates to enhance your media products, studio space for program and development. We can facilitate the launch of new products and services and training. Contact us and we will help you unleash your creative ability, develop products and services, and provide the medium to watch them grow. Contact Loretta Skeet at cmccaribbean.com or call her 1-246-467-1044 or 1-246-253-3889. Call and book your carnival or event today.
A gay couple have won the legal challenge against the Registrar General's decision to reject their application to marry in Bermuda. Winston Goodwin and his Canadian partner Greg DeRoche took their case to the Supreme Court, arguing that the Human Rights Act took primacy in Bermuda and protected their right to marry. This morning, Judge Charles Etta Simmons delivered the ruling, saying that the men were discriminated against on the basis of their sexual orientation when the registrar refused to process their notice of intended marriage. The judge ruled that the applicants entitled to an order of mandamus compelling the registrar to act in accordance with the requirements of the Marriage Act and the declaration that same-sex couples are entitled to be married under the Marriage Act. The Trinidad and Tobago government is examining legal implications of imposing property tax on squatters. When the tax takes effect, squatters would be paying an average of $20 TT a month. That's according to Finance Minister Com Imber, based on his assessment of one squatter's home.
This is actually something that is currently being looked at by the Cabinet. All right, it's something that's happened, and we're informed of it, and it's something that we're currently looking at.
TSTT Chairman Emil Elias told the PAEC that the reason why the company's board, which is appointed by the Cabinet, did not have to give the Cabinet prior notice of its decision to acquire Massey Communications is because it was an operational decision. Should the Chairman have informed the Cabinet prior to the acquisition?
It depends on the decision, the nature of the decision. We are going to ask TSTT to explain to us exactly what are the implications of that decision, so one can determine whether it is a governance matter, an operational matter, how a policy matter, how does it affect the government's policy for the continuation of TSTT in terms of an acquisition of a company, including all of the personnel that come with the company and so on.
Minister Imbert said the government is going to request the details of the acquisition so it can understand what it is, and then it will address the matter. Jewel Brown, TV6 News.
And we apologize for that insert there. That story was completely different to the one that I introduced you to. Nonetheless, we will bring you the story about the squatters having to pay that would be tax. That story, you'll have it at our 6:30 newscast this evening. Do join us for that. Continuing with the news now, all is now reported to be calm at the region's only underwater volcano, Kikimjeni, following earthquakes that began last weekend. Grenada's National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, says there have been no earthquakes associated with the volcano between Tuesday morning and this morning, and it declared that this episode appears to be over. But it noted that because the pattern of behavior at Kikimjeni has been changing, another episode of activity in the short term should not be ruled out. And as a precautionary measure, NADMA maintains the alert level at yellow, which means vessels should observe a 1.5 kilometer or a 0.93 mile exclusion zone. But the marine community is advised to continue observing the secondary exclusion zone of 5 kilometers, which is equivalent to 3.1 miles. Russia's state-owned oil company Rosneft has signed an agreement with Cuba's state-run Comba Metals to supply 2,500,000 tons of olive and diesel fuel. The agreement means that for the first time this century, Russia will be supplying the Spanish-speaking Caribbean island with large quantities of supplies of oil for Venezuela. The oil from Venezuela has dwindled. A Russian tanker with 249,000 barrels of refined products is due to arrive in Havana on May 10. In recent years, Cuba has relied on cash-strapped Venezuela for about 70% of its fuel needs, but Venezuela's subsidized shipments have fallen by as much as 40% since 2014. Stay with us. Your Midday Sport is next.
This month on Caribbean Passport, we help you plan your next stay in Barbados with crop over on the horizon. We check out our friends in Trinidad and Tobago as they up the ante in Caribbean aesthetic, Turks and Caicos, Antigua and Barbuda, and so much more. View it all right here on this station.
West Indies speedster Shannon Gabriel isn't taking all the credit for his side's colossal victory in the second test against Pakistan yesterday. The Windies blew away the Pakistanis by 106 runs, surprisingly under poor pitch condition. Gabriel turned in a man-of-the-match effort with 5 for 11 from 11 overs to claim his second 5-wicket haul in tests and end with match figures of 9 for 92. The Trinidadian praised his colleagues for a job well done.
I think it was a good performance. I think it was a good team effort. The way Ruston played in the first innings, the way the bowlers bowled, Bishu picking up some key wickets in the first innings, Azari, the rest of bowlers. Second innings, Shea put up his hand and bat, although he was struggling. But we always know as a team, once we get a good lead on a 5th-day pitch, things would happen for us.
Gabriel also expressed his gratitude to his former and current bowling coaches.
Since coming through from under 19, I've been working with Kelvin, so I must give thanks to him, thanks to the Father, Almighty Father, thanks to Ronald Rogers, and thanks to Roddy Eswick for their advice and for their help for getting me here. And hope we can continue to work together as one and move forward.
Bermudan Ray Simons has had surgery for a ruptured Achilles tendon, delaying the Chesterfield Strikers' return home for a break ahead of the English 2017-2018 season. And we're talking football. 21-year-old Simons had surgery in Manchester a week ago and his leg is now in a cast, but he is in good spirits. His mother told the Royal Gazette newspaper. News of the injury which Simons sustained in the first half of Chesterfield's 3-1 defeat by Scunthorne last month emerged 24 hours after Simons was told by the club that he would be offered a new contract despite not scoring in the just concluded League One season. Simons hopes to return to Bermuda at the end of the month, but the trip will take longer than usual. Because of the surgery, Simon has been advised by doctors not to fly for more than 4 hours, so he will head from the UK to New York on a cruise ship before taking a 90-minute flight to Bermuda. And that's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Have yourselves a good afternoon.